Hey, it's Uber Grace time! And here I am in my lovely woods. Well, they're not mine. I wish these were my woods. These are great. But anyway, isn't life good if you're living life in the Spirit? As a spirit. Yes, there's all this other stuff going on, but you know what? I am just so free. And I am just so loving life because I am living life in the Spirit. And when you live life in the Spirit, you start to produce fruit of the Spirit. Now, the fruit of the Spirit is something that has been taught so badly over many, many years. It's incredible. But living by the Spirit is this simple being aware and having a growing awareness of who you really are and how you are connected to the one divine being, Jesus Christ, God, love. You know, wonderful, wonderful. And as you start to interact in that way, you start to find that these different fruit, love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, self-control, and I think I've missed one out because I'm sure there's 9 of them. But hey, wonderful things to have in your life. And we are so perverse as human nature sometimes that whenever I've heard the fruit taught, it very quickly becomes you need to be more loving, you need to be more joyful, you need to be more kind, and all these things. And it's turning fruit of an awareness of the Spirit into law. You need to be this, you need to be that. It's like mind-blowing, isn't it, what we do, even with the fruit of the Spirit. But yeah, just casting off all these other things. You've got to live, you've got to do all this stuff, you've got to feed your body, all that sort of stuff. I'm not saying that's a thing. What I'm saying is seeking first that Christ within, that kingdom, that royal power of heaven, that royal power of the universe first in your life. Seeking that Spirit, knowing that your spirit, being spirit-minded, actually produces all this kind of fruit. And I think it's quite easy to sort of con people with your love and your joy and your peace. Everyone can look a bit happy and everyone can be, look chilled out for the length of a church service, can't they? I think the kindness and the gentleness, I think that's harder to really get to grips with, isn't it? Self-control, controlling of the self, the ego, really. That is very difficult, can only be done really by going in and being more aware and living by being spirit-minded and all those things. Fantastic. I do wonder, there's a lot of pastors out there, a lot of church leaders who probably shouldn't be in position, and you can see that the fruit isn't really there. And everyone looks for the gifts. Everyone looks, oh man, that guy's anointed. He's got such good knowledge. He's got great miracles. He's got a real prophetic unction to function and all this stuff. But no one says, do you know what? This leader's great. Well, few people say, this leader's great because he's so kind and gentle. They get pushed out by the psychos that actually end up running the big stuff, I would look in church leadership, whatever type of church you're in, whether you're a full-on fundamentalist and probably not really watching these videos, or if you're, proper deconstructed from church as well and not really attending one like I am at the moment, wherever you're at, really your church leadership, you want to be checking the fruit. Now, I don't even mean that in a really judgmental way. Well, they're not, because the fruit grows, fruit develops. So if you can see someone who is humble, humility, that's the one I missed, humility and the growing in kindness, growing in goodness, growing in control of the ego, growing in peace and love, then yeah, that's actually the church you want to be in. That's the church that's going somewhere, because that's the church that's growing in the fruit of the Spirit. And you actually, to a degree, you can make all of those up and make an effort to be more, any of them. But they're actually fruit of Spirit life. And you need to live by Spirit. Some of the modern people outside of the church are talking about this, and they talk about awareness, that you are awareness. And it's quite a handy way of looking at it, because if you just still yourself and look in, you can become aware of your body, aware of your thoughts, aware of your feeling, aware of your breath. And who is it being aware? But we tend to call those things Christ or kingdom or presence, God in us, so love, really, because God is love, the spirit of love in us. It's one spirit. It's great, isn't it? So if we're living out of those sort of things, then actually these fruit, of course, love is going to come if you're living out of the spirit of love. Joy and peace is the kingdom, and righteousness, So great stuff, but it's about being spirit-minded. There's a huge thing about spiritual authority. We'll do that one next. Hope you enjoyed that. Please like, subscribe, share, suggest it to people, whatever. It's great to get the great gospel of grace, the great gospel of the love of God out across the world. So please join in and get some uber grace spread everywhere. Ta-ra, see you soon.